afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on folks. Your man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's another week. I hope y'all remember to change your clocks forward. Time has changed. It's now we're getting close to summer. It's that I remember the old song by Piz Marquis. It's spring again. Everybody know it's spring again. And all the birds and people above. This is the time to fall in love. Right now, guys, I'm in love right now. I have a lovely lady in front of me. And if you follow her, she recently did an interview with my man David at the Female Body Forum. Shout out to my brother David. He was just at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic weekend. And also, me and him are helping sponsor the upcoming Triple O Dynasty jackets for the winners in the divisions. I'm happy to support that, and also shout out to my dear friend Eunice Martinez Kitchen and also Jolene Fuchs, who run the Bad Rap. So we have here is Nina Amporful. Oh my God! Guys,
Hi.
guys, you know how it is. You like, chase after this girl for a long time, and then you finally get her to your place. Yeah. So you try to keep it cool, but you say, and,
I
yeah.
literally just told somebody, I was just like, I'm gonna have to stop ducking and dodging him one day. So I figured I might as well.
You gotta get that happen. You gotta get because one of these days I gotta get you.
I don't like the camera.
Don't be. You know what? He's thinking about that. Don't be in front of on the stage halfway butt naked. Come on, if you take pictures of you.
I
Oh,
can't, like I told your friend, I can't see those people out there. The lights are in my eyes.
well, we see you. We see plenty of you. So we welcome Nina. As you know, Nina turned pro last month. Not last month. Last year. God, time
Last
flies.
year.
Last year at the North American, she won in her class, and also she won the overall title. And now she's making plans. Also, Nina works as a flight attendant. Back in the day, we just call them stewardess. Bring us a sexy stews. And yes, she is.
Air hostess.
Air
That's what my dad
hostess.
calls it.
Air hostess. Yeah. That's the thing. Our dad say, yeah, you my baby. I don't want to call you anything. We're going to talk to her, share her story, her path, and her plans. Now, she is an IFBB pro. Ma'am, welcome and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You are very much welcome. So, this is a question I ask you, ladies. What got you started in the sports? I call it muscle and masculinity. Please share.
Muscle and masculinity. That's a good name for
Yes.
it. So my story started, I was always in fitness. I actually started as a yoga instructor before I was ever a bodybuilder. But one of my fitness friends who was also like my first coach, her name was Ashley Sparks. She had a birthday dinner. And at this birthday dinner was her group of bodybuilding friends. There was so many black women with muscle, and I've never seen anything like it before. And ever since then, I was just like, I want to do that. I want to be that. So I became it.
Yeah, that's
I
the
was
thing.
inspired.
Everybody has that start because I know quite a few ladies who start out athletic. Some were women who got to sport later in life after having the kids, or they found it because of whatever issue they have in their life.
Hmm.
Be it something physical, mental. Bodybuilding, even though it's a very extreme sport, there's some aspects to it that are very healthy to it.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
it was a challenge for me because I love food and I didn't think I was going to be able to do the diet, and I was working in a restaurant at the time too, so I was just like, this is going to be impossible. But I did pretty great with the diet. It was great.
Yeah, that's the third part.
I succeeded and got addicted.
Yeah, that's the thing. And people don't realize that bodybuilding is not just as they look at it. It's just a bunch of people taking pills and just getting big and rah, rah. There's more to it. The diet, the training, the
Hmm.
consistency. And I know that's the hard part, especially when it comes to being a woman.
Yes.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
what was your first show, and what was the division you started out in?
So my first show, it was a natural division called SMBF. I think it happened in like Duluth, Georgia, in 2017. I was in the figure division. I believe I got second in my class. And then after that, my feedback was I was too big for the figure division. To be honest with you, I always wanted to be a bikini girl. I'm so serious. And the first time I told her that, she was just like, "Oh no, you got too much on you to be a bikini girl." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so that's how I ended up in figure. But I only ever competed in figure at that show. After that show, I went on to do women's physique at the NPC level.
Yeah, and natural it's a lot harder compared to the more enhanced competitors because you're mostly you're working out without using any assistance. The
Mm-hmm.
training's different, and it takes more
Yeah.
time to put on the
Mm-hmm.
size compared to like we look at some of
Yes.
the women in the other divisions.
Yeah, and I was always weight training before then. Like I always had larger legs. They weren't as big as they are now, but I always had larger legs. Like I always had some muscle tone in my upper body. So they were just like, no, no, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And so my coach
yeah,
was just like, I don't think they're gonna appreciate your size in this what is it called, federation. So she was just like, maybe you should try NPC. But I knew nothing about it. I was like, tell me where to go. And then she was just like, oh, women's physique would probably be best for you. And I was just like, oh no, I don't want to be that big. Come to
yeah.
imagine that I was already that big.
Well, I've been following Bobby for a long time, and the women have evolved over the years. You go back to women like
Hmm.
Linda Murray that you have met, she was another level, and people like before her, like Corey Everson and Rich McLesh. It's like anything; it's the evolution of all athletes over time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. We have here some comments here. Shout out to my guests. We have my man here, KL, the one who says, "Hi, you get the beans." Part of her name. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You know, we remember, aka Nina Beans. All right, but her name. We all know who she is. Also, you were out of the interview. He's a
I wouldn't
friend.
say all that.
He's a friend, but he can't be a hater because you know what? I'm good at what I'm doing. He's not. So Also, shout out to here to my man here, popping in. He says this. He says, "Hey George, nice to meet you, Nina. I heard so much about you. How are you?"
I'm doing very well, very well. Thank you for asking.
Where like it's like this, Nina. It's like the episode of you ever remember the episode of Dave Chappelle show when it had the part where about Prince and when Charlie Murphy met Prince. And there was this guy named Nikki Freed. Now back then, Nikki Freed was you seen group named Shalimar, and Nikki Freed was a dude, but he was so pretty he thought was a woman. So to them, you're like Nikki Freed. You're like, hey, George got a new girl. She found some motherfucker. So they get excited and they come in. So, so yeah, and it
Thank
switch
you.
on. Yeah, but switching over to NPC, that's I would say one of the top organizations. NPC and IFBB. There's other organizations
Hmm.
there's OCB, there's NABA, the NBA. There's PCA. There's so many others, but NPC is that top level, especially when you get to
Yeah.
IFBB.
I was very nervous to compete at the NPC level.
Yeah, and what was it like your first show in the NPC?
I did Lee Haney Games in 2017.
And Lee Haney, that's a legend, eight-time Mr. Olympia. He's one of the top competitors back in there. He's from around that Georgia area, you know.
Yes.
And what was the feedback from that time you competed, where you decided to go up to women's bodybuilding?
Um, well, back then I was literally just competing just to compete, but my feedback was conditioning. It's always been conditioning.
Hmm. That's the thing is, you want to work on the things that are more important, like conditioning. You want to, especially in women's physique, and you have to be more tighter, more compact
Hmm.
compared to women's bodybuilding, where you need more fullness and size, especially around the shoulders. That's what makes so much difference between two divisions. And you look
Yeah.
at now how divisions have evolved, where you have women right now sitting physique as just a big women's bodybuilding.
Hmm. Yeah, how I ended up in women's bodybuilding was after I hadn't done many shows leading up to it. So I did the two in 2017, and then after that, I didn't compete again until 2019.
Mhm. So what was the break for?
Um, I was in a job transition. I would always want to compete, but I would do preps and not finish them. So I just never stepped on stage. It was like a continuous off season, basically. Switching coaches, I had a lot going on, basically.
Mhm.
And then I started flying in 2019. Um, which is really backwards. It's just like, why did you wait to compete when you started flying? and And so I started flying in 2019, and maybe like halfway through like my first year as a flight attendant, my coach was just like, "So are you ever going to compete again? What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it." And so I entered a prep as a first year flight attendant. So I feel like that's what makes me so successful now as a flight attendant with like food and everything is because I was already competing before it. So having to plan for my work trips and stuff came easy to me because I kind of knew what to do
Mhm. That's the thing.
and I was on prep.
Yeah, and being a flight attendant, that's a very. It's kind of like your time is kind of like unpredictable, because
Absolutely.
sometimes you have to be called in for a flight. You're gonna be here and
Mm-hmm.
there. And with being a bodybuilder, consistency and discipline is very important. I know it's the hard
Mm-hmm.
part. You're on the flights, walking down here and there. So say, this time we got a flight coming out, you have to head out. Oh shit, and then
Exactly.
you
You
probably
might
prep
be
before.
going to Nashville and somehow end up in Florida. So, it's very unpredictable.
Yeah, and what got you to flight attending?
My brother-in-law has worked for Delta for maybe 16, 17 years. And I was looking for a new job, and he was just like, "Why don't you become a flight attendant?" And I thought he was joking. I was like, "Haha, you're funny." But I traveled so much before then. He was just like, "It makes sense. You travel a lot. You might as well be a flight attendant." And I was just like, "I'll apply." And so I applied, and I just kept getting shocked every time I made it to a like different level of the interview process. I was just like, "Wow, they want me to do a face-to-face interview? Okay." And so when I got to the face-to-face interview, it's like a group thing. And so they pretty much hire you on the spot. And so I got hired, and I was just like, "Wow, I'm a flight attendant." My parents love it.
Because you get to travel the world, on someone else's dime, and
Hmm.
and get to see different people, different places. I'm I'm
Yes.
I'm planning on going to a show in a few months, and I decided to go by plane. I got to get myself my real ID, because now you just got to have those now, you know.
Hmm.
And one thing is, I've never been on a plane in my life. I
Really?
No, never, never. I've been on a
Wow.
train, bus, car. Never been a plane. I feel like, I don't know if you remember, a show that used to come out years ago called The A Team with Mr. T. I feel like I'm going on a plane, fool. You better knock me out, fool. I don't I don't like no planes. But with me doing this content and wanting to really expand myself, it's transportation. I need to use it. We have here a
Yes.
comment. Shout out to my man Kale. He says this. He says, um, "You used to do downward dog or the sun saturation in your yoga."
Both.
Yeah, he's always there. Also, he says this. He says, "How do you see women's bodybuilding in years to come in appearing in shows,
Meaning, as in, do I see the women having like more muscle?
or just more opportunities?" Because this
Oh,
year,
more opportunities. Yeah.
that,
Um, for I feel like I'm nervous about it because we don't have the support that we need to continue. So it's kind of hard to say. I like really hope that we continue. I hope that we can get enough people to come together so we can have more shows and have more like just show wings in general. Because I feel like there's not a lot of opportunities for women's bodybuilding. At the end of the day, um, I feel like they make it so hard for amateurs to become pro at a women's bodybuilding level as well. So that kind of like adds to it. I feel like you have these divisions that they offer pro cards to the top two in the class or the top two overall. And then it comes down to women's bodybuilding, and we have like what, lightweight, heavyweight, bantamweight. And they're like, "Okay, well, only one of you guys get it. Like,
Mhm.
only one of you can have it.
Yeah,
Which one is it going to be?"
I know that I interviewed one of your opponents, Leah Jeffrey, who also got a
Hmm.
pro card in nationals, and she competed a long time. She did quite a few shows before she got a pro card.
Hmm.
Nationals, where they only give out one pro card for each class, where all the others get two. But here's the thing about that, because there's not a lot of ladies who want to jump over to women's bodybuilding. I interviewed one lady last year who got a pro card. No, not last year, year before last. where it was only 5 women, and they
Mm-hmm.
just compiled to one division.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the one. She actually got a pro card and won the overall and win physique too.
Mm-hmm.
We have here, shout out to my man here, Sean. He says this, Black Panther. He says, "Beautiful smile of Nina
Thank
Beans."
you.
Yeah, and to quote my other guys, she is beautiful. I knew he was gonna come out eventually. He can't help himself. So,
You are a mess.
I know that. You find out now. Yeah. I was like I'm the middle kid, so we have to be either smart and entertaining because the oldest guy. Like, what's your family like?
They're fun. My older sister, I call her the family secretary. Um, yes, anytime you ever need anything, like my websites, my businesses, she puts all that together. So she is the brains of the family. That's who she is. And she's multi-talented. Very multi-talented. My family's African, so we're a little different. Um, I just have like a family of entrepreneurs. I also have a twin sister. A lot of people don't know I have a twin. Yes.
Yeah,
No,
so it
she
was
does not
David.
bodybuild it. No, she does not bodybuild, and no, she does not look like me.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that David say like she got it. There's another one like her at home. I mean, I
It would
think
be nice. I used to tell her, I said, you need to just work out so we can be the fit twins. No, she doesn't work out.
I think there is a set of bodybuilding twins now. I'm trying to remember who they are. I remember some
There's
guys
like
that
the wellness girls, there's like a set of was it? Or maybe
wellness
they're
of
not
team.
twins. They're never mind, they're just sisters.
Yeah,
I don't
sisters.
know. Where are their twins?
Other person I think it was the Barbarian Brothers, but they never competed. They were just really big guys. One of them passed away a long time ago. But yeah, it's good to have support your family. You being from Africa, being from the motherland.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
it's different. Like my friend here, KL, his family's from Africa. He lives here. He
Hmm.
also born in America. You just have a different mentality compared to us.
Yes.
We're the stolen, broken people. I would say you're African American. I'm just black. So,
We were all supposed to be doctors.
yeah,
Basically. We were all supposed to be doctors, and my dad got zero out of us.
yeah.
Zero. But he did get some good professions, so he is satisfied.
Well, he should be
He is
happy.
satisfied.
He
Yeah, and then
should be happy.
I have a little brother. He's a car guy. He's a mechanic, or not a mechanic, but what's it called? Um
He works on cars. He just collects.
both. But engineer, he's an engineer. That's what
All
I was
right,
trying to say.
all right.
Yes.
That's good. And what's that like for them? When you come home to visit, and you see Nina, what are you doing, Nina? You look so beautiful, and but you still kind of pop up. I just, we worry about you, my dear.
My parents are always shocked to see me because it's either I'm too small or I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? I remember I would when I was on prep last year, my mom didn't see me for a while because she was in Ghana. And so when she came back, I think I was already really like deep into prep, 30 pounds down. And she was just like, are you okay? What's happening? Are you training for one of those things again?
Yeah. Oh, my man here. Oh, he says this. Oh, yo, you can't read. I'm asking her, did she get the name Beans or a nickname? Well, brother,
Oh.
I'm not wearing my Clark Kents because I don't want to look like a nerd. But yeah,
um the nickname Beans is weird. So in college they used to call me Nina Bina. And then somehow it just became Beans. I'm not really sure when it became Beans, but then it just turned into Nina Beans. And so I didn't actually start going by Beans until I had a friend call me drunk one day, and they were out and I was like at home, and they were like, "Where's my beans? I need my beans." And so everybody just started calling me Beans after that.
well, I had a sister. She was my mother's youngest daughter, but she was the oldest. She was the oldest. She was a baby girl, but she was my oldest sister, and her
Hmm.
name was Mary Elizabeth. But we were little. We didn't say Mary Elizabeth. We call her Malia because that's how it is. Sometimes you
You
take
couldn't
a
even
name.
pronounce it.
Yeah, you finesse a little bit. Here's some. from my man KL, he wants to also he says, my folks are from Liberia, a country in Africa. Duh.
Oh, yes, I know of Liberia. My mom was actually born in Liberia, but grew up in Ghana.
Ah, yeah. Also, he says this. He says, "Wear your glasses, please. It's reading the chats." No, I can read enough. If you can't write large enough. I don't care. See, I hear with love. I don't want to look like a nerd. And hi, Nina. My name is George, and I
Well,
look
I'm
like.
usually in glasses. It just so happens I'm not wearing my glasses today.
I know. We're like you ever watch Scooby Doo? Says like Thelma says, "My glasses, my glasses." I'm not that
Can't
bad
find
off.
my glasses. Or
Yeah.
Thelma.
Oh
Isn't his name
yeah.
Thelma?
It's Thelma. It's Thelma. Yeah. It's Daphne was the one in the red hair that was always hanging out with Fred. I was wondering what were they
Mm.
doing together. I mean, yeah, Scooby and never mind. I'm not getting into that. But anyway, I saw like I said, you look very impressive. And I remember a while back you competed at Arnold Classic. Arnold Classic just wrapped up this weekend. As you know, I'm not a big
Yes.
fan of Arnold. Has he pushed out certain divisions out of his show? And
Yeah.
and this year, I don't think we have any new crops of ladies coming out of that show because the problem was not enough competitors. Some people say it's too early, but the thing is, some ladies just didn't need nationals. I saw one girl. I
That's what I
mean,
was told.
yeah, one girl. She did nationals last year, but she did a show. She was a national competitor named Natalie Hayes, and she was very impressive. But the problem is it's about the numbers.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I remember you and Jerissa Upton. Jerissa was there. I think with
Yes.
another lady and after Cerise Williamson were there. And you I think where did you place in that show? I can't
I
remember.
won the overall and got no pro card.
And then put the application.
I did, and they said no.
Yeah, forget on. That's what I'm just gonna say.
Exactly. Yes.
Well,
I almost did not compete after that. My
yeah.
coach, it wasn't like my coach was just in the end of 2025. She was just like, "So are you gonna step on stage again?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm having too much fun. Maybe not. Who knows?"
Yeah.
And
Well,
then she was just like, "I think you should." And that's how we started prep for sorry, end of 2024. That's how we started prep in 2025. Cause I also did get hurt in 2024 at work. I had
ooh,
a little flight attendant injury, yeah, and I had to get surgery on my wrist, but I had to get surgery because of negligence to my that's a whole nother story. But so I was in a cast for a while, a casket and a what is it called? Like a splint for almost 6 months. Almost 6 months. I could not train upper body.
ooh, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So after that, I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. I don't need to compete anymore.
Yeah, maybe it's just time for you to take a little break because between your traveling and your job and training, it was just time to take a break. And you mentioned your coach. Who's your coach right now?
Rachel Stucker. She's amazing.
Well, I had a pleasure of meeting Nina's coach, Rachel, while I went
That's
to Atlanta.
her.
That's her also with Christine Ware. That's one of her clients too.
Love
Rachel,
Christine too.
yeah, Rachel competes in figure. It's been a while since she last competed. I know when I was visiting my niece up in Atlanta because she stays there, her and my great nephew. And I went to hang out with Christine. Says, I'm working out. I said, you're going to hang out with me. I say, okay. It was leg day for her.
Mm,
And I'm telling you now, I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin by hell my
mm.
own because I'm a man.
That's
Even
good.
though I was crying and crawling up the stairs in my niece's house.
Oh,
But
I believe it.
yeah, I tell you, y'all ladies, y'all train hard. And I guess what I gotta respect y'all with your work, your ethic, and your discipline.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We do what we can. We do what we can.
And I know with that, that's the tough part that people don't understand that it's not this easy as a lot of people look at it from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to it. The
Mm-hmm.
consistency, the diet, the patience,
Mm-hmm.
the being persistent. Most people don't have that mindset and the discipline, the need to be a bodybuilder.
At all. That we're that 1%.
Yeah. So while we're talking with Nina, we're gonna do this. We're gonna jump into her social media for a little bit. You want to follow her? Her links in the description of the live. Guys, I know you like her. You all excited. I got 100 questions. I can't get you all, but guys, when you reach out to her, be respectful. I don't want no
Please.
trouble. I don't want
Because you
no
will get blocked.
trouble. No trouble. She can kind of talk to me, but I mean, I know you guys because I'm one of you guys. I'm a personal thing. I get it. You ladies just cite me, but I have to learn to be more, calm. So we'll jump into your social media. One follow, the links in the description of the live. Be respectful, fellas.
Hey,
So
that's
here,
me.
yes, that's you. And this was from the North Americans, and you look very impressive because
Thank you.
yeah, because you did a show earlier. You did the Atlanta Pro, where it was the classic.
Yes, I did the Atlanta Pro.
Yeah, and you look really good at that show too. And then, why did you choose North Americans?
It was pretty much because I was tired of being on prep, and I said I will not make it to to what is it called? At the end of the year,
Nationals.
nationals. So North Americans was it.
Well, because there was a show before then in Chicago, the Miss International, but I think he wasn't ready yet for it.
Yes, yes. I wanted to do Chicago Pro Miss International, but my coach was just like, no, we need some more time. And so I took some more time and I was just like, okay, well, let's do Atlanta at home. So I waited till Atlanta. We came in tighter, and that was that. And then North Americans was actually a little less than a week. No, no, a little less than 2 weeks after Atlanta. So it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it makes more sense here. Here she is, a picture from North America, and look very impressive. I mean, great definition, the quads, great width. What did you like? Did you get feedback from the judges? What do they tell you need to really
Yes.
improve on?
Tighter legs.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Let's see.
better conditioning my legs. It gets better every year. So this year,
Here she is. Who was these people you were hanging out with?
oh, this is my protein family.
Oh, and you also
When
do
you're not
protan.
catching me in the skies, you can catch me at a show. I'm mostly at the Florida shows. Sometimes I'll do like Texas. But yeah, I'll tan people.
Yeah. Here's a picture. Guys, again, she is beautiful.
Thank
I will say
you.
this, ma'am. You don't have to tell me thank you. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to let her know, a lady, that she's beautiful. You know, and I think this is the thing about bodybuilding. There's a lot of people that understand it, and especially when you look at women like yourself, and they
Hmm.
make comments. They're gonna have two sides. You have the one side where, wow, Venus beautiful, like guys right now who are sighted, and you have the flip side where, yeah, she got all these muscles. Why is she trying to be like a man? Again, fellas, where do you see a man at? I don't see it.
I don't see it either, but to each his own.
Yeah, the thing is, if you don't like something, don't like it. She's just as beautiful as that flower, you know.
My mama
And
used to
also,
say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
your mama must have, we might be related because your mama might know from my mama. We got lost family. But like I said, that's the thing is, you have to understand that you do this because you love what you do. Because
Hmm.
this is sport is not as financially lucrative. You look at other sports.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So now, what's the plan now? Since you're now IFB Pro.
The plan is to have the best rookie season ever. Um, I've been focusing a lot on my hamstrings, chest, um, and then conditioning wise, I was given a weight cap from my coach. She was just like, "We're not going to be a 200-pound girl this year, okay?" And I was like, "Okay, no 200-pound girl." So I kept my weight down this off season. It was hard, but it had to be done. It had to be
Yeah.
done. So we're going into this show a lot better than I have gone into any other show. So
And what is the show that you are thinking about making debut in? If you want to share with us, if you like.
I would love to. I would love to make my pro debut at Atlanta Pro Super Show. That's the plan because I would love for my family to see me. Also, that's the show that I got qualified for North Americans at, and Linda Murray just gave me so much praise that I was like, I have to come back and see her. I have to go see her. So Linda Murray, I'm coming to do your show.
Well, Linda Murray is a legend. Last month was just she celebrated her 63rd birthday. Can you believe it? I mean,
I
wow.
know. 63 where?
Actually, this is a true story about myself. I went to my first bodybuilding show was a Savannah Pro. That was a Linda Murray show.
Hmm.
That was back in 2022.
Yeah, I
And
remember Savannah.
I actually saw her. She was like, I was up in a little bit waist to the front. She turned around and gave me a nice smile. And I've been, and that was just. I mean, I was a big Linda Murray fan back in the day, but I respect what she's doing. Like shows like Atlanta and also her, what she does in social media, and also calling out the hypocrisies what's happening with women's bodybuilding, especially as
Hmm.
the Arnold just wrapped up. Andrew Jack gets like nearly almost a quarter of $1 million.
Oh my
On,
gosh.
I,
Yes.
I mean, and you know, I know it would never be equal for men and women in the sport of body, but let's make it a little more fair. Like,
Yeah.
what you think about
Yeah,
that?
we understand that. I understand that. It's never I'm not gonna make $500,000 at the Arnold one day. That's not gonna happen. But I mean, it would be nice for it tonight, even just close, like, but fair, like you said, fair.
Yeah, like I always say, like a show like the Olympia, like someone like Andrea, who I'm a fan of, I think $100,000 would be enough. She
Nice.
really make it. Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be nice. I mean, and just recognition because everybody's paying attention to the certain division. Like there's a new one
Hmm.
out that's coming out. It's already started now this year. That is, excuse me, fit
Fit
model.
model. Bless you.
No, I'm not sneezing. I'm going ha.
Oh,
It's
yeah, yeah.
it disgusts me. I have nothing against because I interviewed a couple ladies at Fit Model. One of them turned pro a while back. She's a great lady. Her name is
They
Amy.
definitely have more shows than women's bodybuilding. I can tell you that.
It's
I
just
have nothing
started.
against fit models though. Do your
Yeah,
thing. Do your thing.
yeah, the thing. But I feel like when you bring in a division, you end up it's going to evolve like how women's physique came in, like it's supposed to be a replacement for women's bodybuilding, but then it evolved to what it's now. I'm seeing girls right now
Hmm.
in women's body. One lady I met a while back, she's now sitting 200 pounds, and she's going to compete in women's physique, where she could do women's bodybuilding. But the thing is also about how your body built, how you want to grow, and sometimes not everybody's
Yes.
meant for it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Here we got a
Yeah.
comment here from my man here. He says it says Alex says Nina does have a great smile. I'm
Thank
planning to
you.
draw her later this year before the Linda Murray show. That's my man
Oh,
Alex.
nice.
Alex is a great kid.
Alex
I met him.
tagged me.
Yeah, Alex is a great kid. I met him in Tampa. He was hanging out there with us at the Bad Rap booth. And Bad Rap, as you know, is the sponsor for the upcoming Triple O Dynasty. The Bad Rap moniker is big and defined, ripped and pumped. We like the rip part, But also, I want to always give a shout out to my dear friend Eunice Martinez Kitchens because a while back, I bring this out because to quote my other guy, if you ever get something, never do it for free. And this is what I call my payment. A while back, was like a couple years ago after my birthday, my friend Eunice got me this issue of muscle development. And
Nice. I have that one too.
what makes it so proud for me, because you may not have this part here, is that she signed it.
I got one of those too.
Ooh, wow!
Yep.
You get
She
what's it?
signed my front and the inside.
Oh God, you make me feel little like I'm like a little man now.
I'm
I'm a little.
sorry.
Nah, don't be sorry.
I'm
Don't be
sorry.
sorry.
I'm
Don't be
sorry.
sorry. Don't apologize. You
I'm
should be
sorry.
proud
That's
of
that was
that.
as soon as I got it, I sent her a picture. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm gonna need a signature. Let me know when you're gonna be in Georgia."
I think Andrea is a beautiful woman. Like I said,
She is a beautiful soul.
she's an amazing lady. I mean, she came to the game where I think we everybody needed. She's doing good work. Her,
Oh,
Sydney, Triple O.
absolutely.
Is there anybody else in the sport that you really admire as a competitor, as an athlete?
Yes. Sharonica Hinton, um, my coach. I love her. Who else?
Well,
Who else? You said what?
oh, I said, wow.
Yes, yes. Who else do I love? Oh, Ashley Jones. She is so inspirational. She just
Well,
talks so much like life into you. Like her spirit is very uplifting.
well, ma'am, I had a pleasure meeting your dear friend Sharonica Hinton when I was in Tampa. She's
Yes, I love
amazing.
Sharonica.
I think she fits the criteria of wins physique. And
Oh, absolutely.
I met Ashley too. She was there. And, that's me. I look like a big bear attacking a little baby. But I think she's amazing. I think she has a great look to her. Congratulations. She even gave me a
She
shout out
is.
on my IG where shout out to my man Alex. He was there at the Olympia and she
Mhm.
gave me a shout out saying, well, I would love to meet her again. I love most definitely love to meet Andrea because she's my girlfriend, you know.
Yes, she's the
But
reason why I switched. Once
yeah.
she won her first title, I was just like, "That's it. That's what I want to look like."
Yeah, I got a big problem. I know you interviewed David. David's my brother. I love him. We talked, we met. But a while back, David did this. He was at the Triple O a couple years ago, and he had his hand on my girl. Then he was at the Arnold, had his hand on my girl again. David, you my brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't control myself because I get jealous when some men around here, and but that's just me. I'm just a Pacific criminal. But yeah, I think she really inspired a lot of women to get because she has a great
Hmm.
look to her, great muscularity, great
Oh,
femininity, and that's
absolutely.
very important because right now is again women's bodybuilding is kind of on the fence with getting cut out of Chicago, almost Tampa, and also
Oh my
New York,
gosh,
and it's just
all of the
and
big ones.
yeah, and it's I know you saw a while back Anastasia Ryder. She's started a GoFundMe. I saw
Love
Anastasia.
her too.
Yeah, she's been a
Hmm.
guest a couple times on my channel, and also with Kelly Larkins, who also just turned pro last year. She just picked up a couple ladies to do for her behind the physique. And that is Montana Foyer, also Anastasia, and also Olivia Barros. You know, meeting women like yourself, it's just an opportunity for me, and it also inspires me to keep going doing my work as a creator.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you always supporting us.
Well, I'm glad to, ma'am.
Somebody's
Here
got to do it.
Yeah, it's me. Okay, it's my man KL says, don't say do your thing and you're making uh, noises in the side with the fit model. What someone did it, well, when by then you would start crying. Yeah, but that's me. I do what this is like this. I'm like this. I have to put my fragrance. This is my shit. I built this me. Please
Uh,
quit my quit. Only another man tell me what I need to do. He's my brother. I love him. I love him. But sometimes I gotta go. But
he trying to
yeah,
keep you on your toes.
yeah. He's a great guy. He's more a fan of women of muscle, not as much as a sport. But he does good content. I always want to support him and guys like David. Guys like the Female Environment Channel. Um, we like to give y'all ladies the opportunity to share your voice. To let people know that you're not just these women with big muscles. You have a job, you have a career. You're not the first flight attendant I interviewed. Wait, folks. Give folks. She just went out. Give her a second. It might be she need to tap her phone. Ooh, wait a minute. Hello?
You hear me? Oh,
Yeah, there you
okay.
go. Yeah, just have there's technical difficulties. I love doing lives, but you're not the first flight attendant. I interviewed Lisa Hutchins. She also is a flight attendant. She's a finger competitor, and I don't know what airplane.
A flight attendant?
Yeah, her name is Lisa Hutchinson.
Lisa Hutchinson. I don't know if I know her.
Where she's a IFBB figure pro.
I need to
Yeah,
meet her.
I'll send you a link and you can check it out. We did an interview a while back,
Please.
and I think there's some others that works in your
Really?
yeah, I think there's a couple others, but you're not the first. And also you're not the first Guyanese to compete in bodybuilding.
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian, okay. Thank you for correcting me, ma'am.
Guyanese is in the Caribbean or Guyana.
Oh, okay. Thank you, correcting man. I'm a southern boy. We just say the words that we think we
It's
got right
okay.
there.
Literally everybody does it. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know you're from Guyana." I was like, "Oh, I'm not.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
different."
Yeah, he's like but yeah, I also uh Michelle Massa, who also she's from your part of the world. I'm not sure if it's the same but she is
Michelle.
yeah. They call her Shelly, but she just won the Arnold.
Oh yeah, the fitness girl. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah
She's
she's also
amazing.
yeah. I mean, she's great. She's a mom. She's dedicated. She's the first black woman to win that title at the Olympia, and
Yeah.
also to win it at the Arnold. That's
Hmm.
historical. Like
That's amazing.
yeah, here we got a comment from my man KL. He says, "I appreciate you. I love you too, brother."
Aw,
Yeah,
bromance.
yeah. Anyway, what's that like for you day to day? Especially in training and just in life, because I know you have a little book you put out a while back.
Fit for flight. Go get your copy on my website.
All
The
right.
link is on my in my bio. But it's I wouldn't say I always tell people that I'm probably the best when I'm at work. And I say that because I when I go to work, I take everything with me. I take every meal with me for each day, no matter how many days I'm going to be gone. I make sure I have all of my meals with me. I make sure I have a little extra just in case Delta plan. Um, and I just plan my gym schedule around my work schedule. So if I am working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to make sure that I train my larger muscle groups earlier in the week. And then once I get to like a layover or something, normally, because my coach she hates when I do not rest on work days. Because she's like, you already stress your body out so much. You need to sit down somewhere. So normally when I'm like laying over on days I'm flying, I'm normally only doing cardio or I might train something upper body.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the case that I do end up flying, I have like an insurance type of gym membership to where I can just put in a zip code and it tells me all the gyms in the area that take my insurance. So I just pop in, give them my member ID, and they're like, all right, go work out. So it's not as hard as everybody thinks it is. The hardest part is the irregular schedule. The hardest part like when you're supposed to be at home at 3 p.m. All of a sudden, it's a regular operations. Plane breaks down, and you don't get home until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then it's like your entire day is just gone. The hardest part is sleep. Sleep. Sleep is good for recovery. I don't recover well because I don't sleep well. So that's also been another focus for this prep as well. Trying to put myself on somewhat of a schedule to where I can be my best.
Hmm. Yeah, because that's all part. That's like sleep, rest, recovery. That's all important to being a
Mm-hmm.
bodybuilder because you don't have a regular schedule. It can
Mm-hmm.
really mess with your functions and stuff like that.
Yes. So this year I told myself I was going to be more consistent with schedules, meaning that I'm gonna have to say I'm only flying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or on these days and stick to it. Like I'm gonna have to say, oh, your layover can't be less than 15 hours because you need some type of rest. So those with my seniority, I'm still like not senior at all within the company because the average seniority number in Atlanta is like 30 years for flight attendants. Um but I do have leeway enough to where I can create my own schedule and make it something that works for me. So I'll end up doing that. My problem previous years is I like to do overnights. Those are my favorite flights, but those allow the least amount of sleep. And it's just like the flight, it's like last leg to whatever city, first leg out, first flight out. So I'll be going to Florida at like 10 p.m., sleep for like 5 hours, and then turn around and go back home. And then I have my entire day. Um, so those are my favorite flights, but they just, when it comes to like me getting sleep, they just don't work.
Hmm.
They
What
don't
advice?
work.
What advice you give me, especially somebody like myself who's planning on going to a plane on the first time? What do I need to know? What advice could you give me? What's your experience as a flight attendant?
Most people that fly for the first time are nervous and they're nervous. They have not like a fear of flying, but they're nervous about turbulence. Turbulence is not going to crash your plane. Before I was a flight attendant, I was afraid of flying. Not afraid of, well, okay, let me take that back. I was a nervous flyer. I loved to fly, but I would get on the plane. I'd make sure I fall asleep before the plane took off, and I made sure I was sleeping when it landed because those are the parts of the flight that scared me the most. But like when you start working and you've been on so many planes and I've been in some of the worst turbulence in my life, and you learn like It's pretty much the conditions of outside normally like the wind, then you become more like accustomed to it. It's very calming to me. I get rocked to sleep like a baby. But just be calm. Listen to your flight attendants and be nice to your flight attendants. Ask and you shall receive. Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's another one my mama used to say. You know, yeah, yeah, you've been around South long enough. You know some things. Yeah, I would think what we think was one of the weirdest things that ever happened. If you could share with us on a flight that you can remember.
Ooh, weird, huh? Have I had anything really weird? I don't know if I've had anything really weird like that. Nobody typically messes with me
Well,
on the
seeing
plane. I
you,
get a lot of stares.
yeah,
One lady asked me if she could touch my chest. That was weird. She was like, I just wanted to that- she was like, I just wanted to see if if it was muscle too. And I was just like, oh gosh, ma'am, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
there's a lot of guys who probably want to do that too, but we know
Yes.
shout out to my man here, Josh from Empire Nation. He says, "What's good, George and Nina?" In,
Hi.
in Empire Nation, thank you, brother. Also, shout out to here we have here my man KL. He says this. He says, "Yeah, I remember seeing you in a women's platform with other female bodybuilders in interview. What's the experiences like talking with people, learning about bodybuilding?"
Um, I don't know. I'm not a shy person, but when it comes to like talking on camera and stuff, I am very shy. Um, it's just not something that I do all the time. I'm trying to remember what interview did I do. Hmm. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to become more familiar with it. Other than that, everybody just keeps telling me I'm gonna have to talk more.
That's the thing is, I reach out to some of you ladies, and y'all, I have this. They say like, I'm introvert. I'm private. Here's the thing: you walk on a stage and you be butt naked. So you're scared to talk to me on a screen. It's not like we're sitting in a room together. It's not like we wake up in the morning and we're holding hands and taking warm showers together. It's a one-on-one. But the thing is,
I know, but I like to feel prepared, and I feel like
that's
I don't feel prepared.
that's the problem. Like my other guy, I don't ever have a plan. I'm just a dog chasing cars. You never know where to get one when I get one. So that's the thing is life is no really particular plan about life. You should take it one day at a time. Also, you can have your plans, but also be prepared when things go awry or change up.
Yes.
Especially as bodybuilding, as I said again, it's not very lucrative. The cost for y'all
Hmm.
ladies between the travel, the expenses. As an amateur, you have to pay your fees. You work the tans. You know how it is with these ladies back there behind the scenes. And then you look at the other side, the men. All you gotta do is wear a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts.
Hmm. This is very true.
Yeah.
This
And
is very true.
right now, your posing suit's like a mortgage or a car note or a rent. The hair and makeup because you
Oh my
have to.
gosh. Show
And,
day
and then and
expenses.
then yeah, show day expenses because guys have their expenses, but show day is a big expense for y'all women.
Only to not have a return on your investment.
Yeah, because as an amateur, you're not gonna make no big money out of it. Hey, get your qualification
Mm-mm. We
for it.
come out of the pocket.
Who says?
Pocket.
Yeah.
Masters too. Masters too. Because I know once I said that, all the masters people were just like, we pay more than y'all. They really do pay to do shows still. So
Yeah.
masters too.
Because I think because the Masters not as popular, but it's growing because next year's gonna be the Masters Olympia. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they have us in the states because I know an interview a few ladies when they came back after it was, and then that promoter didn't even pay the winners.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard about that. I was like, what happened? What's up with that one?
I don't make no sense, but I remember a man who I'm a fan of. He has been fighting for women in sport of bodybuilding. I got to always shout him out when I think about it. My man Jake Wood, yo Jake,
Jake.
yo Jake.
I met him at Atlanta too.
Yeah, I mean
It was the highlight of my year. I met Jake, I met Alina, and then I met Linda.
I met Alina when I was at Savannah. She was there. I say hello to because one of my friends was one of her clients, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
and I took a picture with her. I mean, it was just, she was, when she's competing, she was just amazing. Just beautiful look. To me, she could have got that Olympia back in 2014, but again,
Mm-hmm.
Iris, no offense to Iris, she was amazing too. But it's, with anything, it's always about politics and
Yes.
attention and money and, promotion. Um, would you ever think about, doing more promotion as a bodybuilder for yourself?
You said a promotion for myself?
Promoting yourself more.
Oh, yes. I always want to. I always say that I am, and then I'm like, maybe I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm I'm gonna do better this year.
That's most definitely, right now they get the
I'm gonna do
little.
better. Y'all will hear from me more this year. How about that?
That's the thing. We need more of to be out there, because that thing is, you can't just go into your little holes and say like, I'm done for the season. I don't want to do anything. We want you to be active. We want to see you. These guys here, they're fans. Many of them like myself. We must have heard smells, ladies. We love you, ladies. When you, there's an old school saying, we ladies rock hard, we rock hard. But we respect you also as competitors, and
Mm-hmm.
respect your understanding what it is to be an athlete in the sport. Shout out to my man Alex. He has this to say. He says, I have to get going. She
Bye,
later, kid.
Alex.
Also, he says this. He says, I have to get ready. Take care, George, and best of luck, Nina. Hope to see you later this year. Because he also he goes
Yes,
he
thank
goes
you.
shows too. He even took a picture of my girl. He even brought her apple pie. I mean, I love Alex like my nephew, but hey, that's too much, but that's too much. Uh, we got here. Shout out to our man KL. He said this. Says, he got that from me. I used to ask him that, what's the difference between them on stage and talking on the interview. Yeah, I didn't get that from you. I did it for myself. You just been paying attention to me. Hey, brother. Hey, get your own, okay? But yeah, that's the thing, is that it's the training, the dieting, everything that's involved in it. Like, for you, when you go to your workout, when you get the opportunity to work out, especially a great gym with great material, which is the thing you feel like you need to work on the most, and things that, what, everything is like copacetic.
No, I'll never say that. To me, I feel like chest. I want a bigger chest. Um, Also, my hamstrings, I feel like I need work on. I just want more details in my hamstrings.
Mm-hmm. You want good conviction in abductors, and also you want more width in your back. You want more depth in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be like Andrea. That's
Period.
another level. Yeah,
Period.
she
Even
is.
down to her. I almost cursed, but I clearly you were cursing.
I
I
mean,
know.
we're
I'm
grown.
sorry.
We're grown. You can curse we want. We're grown. Like, you're not no child. I'm not no. Hey, I'm gonna say right now, I'm 51 years old. I'm grown. I'm at the point in life. I'm not trying to be nice anymore. It was when I was younger. I tried to be nice, but now I'm at the point where I've lived my life. I've done what I want to do, and
As you should, as you should. But if my mama watches this interview, she's gonna be like, "Child."
okay, like, all right.
But what I was about to say is her freaking forearms. Even her freaking forearms are crazy. Have you
She
have
said,
you paid attention to her forearms?
yes, I pay attention to everything about her. I'm just, she just, her, she just, I think she can use more width in her back a little bit, but she just, as the analogy, as if there's something to move the fifth element, she's like, she's perfect. I
Yes,
mean, just,
literally
she's,
perfect,
I mean,
poised, put together. She is
that's,
like just
that
the
smile.
pristine.
That's why I love her.
All the
You
good
know,
P words.
yeah, there's another P one I want to think about that. I'm trying to be nice, but
You were
but
supposed to put the Joker on when you did that.
well, sometimes he seeps out without, that he's another part of me. He completes me. We have here a comment from a man Alex. He says this. Says, what advice would you give uh, and coming female bodybuilder?
I always say patience. I feel like so many people are in such a hurry to uh get a pro card, get big, like all of these things when bodybuilding is a marathon, it's not a race. And I feel like the goal is longevity. And when you speed things the way that some are, like, I feel like there's more liabilities. that come with that. So basically, just patience. That's my biggest thing, because not that I was impatient to get a pro card. Um, I just felt like I was being denied, and that meant like, oh, I'm not fit for the sport. Like I wasn't having like patience to like, all right, just sit down, like it's gonna come, like it's gonna come, like, because delayed is not denied. Um, so patience, and then also I feel like coaching is a big deal. I feel like when it comes to, if you have like the perfect, I don't want to say the perfect coach because nobody's perfect, but just like you guys, the perfect match, I feel like a lot of magic can happen. And so my biggest thing about my coach is she cares about my health, and because that's the biggest thing to me. And so she is never going to let me rush anything because she knows how I feel about my health. So
And that's important. Your health, because you only have one body, and and
exactly.
and I've seen where stories of competitors either did some stuff really bad to themselves, or died, or just if you saw today, uh,
Hmm.
Helen Trevino announced her retirement, competed for almost 30
Yes, I
years.
saw that.
And and she's an amazing lady. Is she went through some issues a while back. She had a shoulder injury, and that was back in
Hmm.
2022. She did get fit for the Olympia, came back 2024. Then she just had a knee surgery. Also, she's her and Gina Carvalho and Irene Anderson are trying to promote and sponsor bodybuilders.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what we need is more people to really give. Like my friend Eunice,
Hmm.
she offers also likes to help and promote bodybuilding. One of her competitors that at nationals she sponsored, she got a pro card. And again, that's the thing is, I've known ladies who compete for a long time in UPC but never get the opportunity. They walked away because sometimes it gets frustrating because the
Yes,
judges they have
absolutely.
the criteria keeps changing over years.
Hmm.
Like if you look at the women now in physique and figure, how they've grown and got bigger, and and telling the girls, hey, be like this, be like that, but not sticking to
Hmm.
what the ideal or the division supposed to be.
Yes, you get discouraged. Like it's easy to get discouraged because
Especially
it's just
young,
like, what do you want?
mhm, especially young competitors. I think they want everything fast, rush in a hurry, but it takes
Hmm.
time. Like I think someone was talking to me about. I know you heard of him, Sam Solik. You just competed.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he. I think they really want to push him like to be the next Bumstead.
Hmm.
Yeah. We got here comments from a man. Shout out to my man, KL. It says, you actually want him to be the Joker. You sure he didn't affect you with a nerve gas? Well, sometimes he's just everybody loves the Joker. Like they said, he's just. I remember when I saw Heath Ledger play that character. I said, you know what? I just love that version. I grew up watching like Cesar Romero from the old Batman movie, Batman series, and Jack Nicholson. Go with a smile. But when he took it, he just took another level. And I love the whole Batman. I have comic books and stuff when I was a kid, and I still collect.
Yeah.
I don't collect like I used to, but I like that because heroes like you ladies, you're kind of like a version of a superhero. I mean,
Thanks. I would love to be a superhero.
yeah. I think yeah, we can get you dressed up, put in a little suit, little tight little outfit, and have you flying around.
I would love a cape. Don't deny
Yeah.
me the cape.
Yeah, you don't even have to. You be like flying beside a plane and say, "Ain't that Nina?" And say, yeah. We got here. Shout out to our man Patrick coming through. He says, nice lady, very hot and sweet. Again,
Thank you, Patrick.
these guys, they get excited when have you ladies on. So, as this year, we're still early in the year, and you're still working on when's the plan. You already started your prep, or you feel like it's gonna, because I think when's the Atlanta's in about August, right?
Hmm. I think it's 19 weeks maybe now. I actually started last week. We don't do anything short around here.
Yeah, I met your coach. She's a very smart lady. I
Hmm.
respect her.
We
I
don't
hope
do
we got.
anything short around here.
Yeah, me and Christina tried to convince her she's going to compete this year. So maybe she might not, maybe not. So like,
She not. I already tried.
she's doing good work and working with people. So one thing I like to ask you ladies, especially at the long last prep after nationals, and I'm a fat man. I like food. I can't help myself. I know you like food too.
I got fat kid inside of me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like a fat kid love cake, huh? So,
Mm-hmm.
what
I
was that?
love cake.
Yeah, who loves cake? My mom used to make it homemade, But who? What was that thing you wanted? That thing that was calling your name. That thing that you desired the most, especially after that last show.
Well, it's really weird because I'm like addicted to peanut butter. And so all I really wanted was a bowl of Chex Mix drizzled with Trader Joe's peanut butter and honey. I didn't get that until I got home, of course. And I melted chocolate on top of it too. But what I did eat after my show is I had a fried chicken sandwich.
Oh, that sounds
I had a
good.
fried chicken sandwich.
That's not the weirdest thing. First weird thing I saw when I interviewed Barbara Majan, and she told me she wanted sushi after her, and I looked at her. I'm from the South, man, and,
I love
and
sushi.
I'm sorry, man. I grew up. I grew up a poor country boy, but if I eat fish, it better be hot and fried. I don't believe in eating it raw. Now I might take a piece of bologna, take it out, and eat it raw. That's bologna. But fish, I'm a different mindset of that. But
I
everybody's
love sushi.
yeah. But you travel. You ever been to Japan? Because you travel.
Um, I haven't spent time in Japan. I had like a quick layover before I left for another flight in Japan.
Yeah, I remember we did a post interview after Masters Olympic. It was me, Tracy Guile, Donna Jones, Trish Wood, um, who else? Also Robin Mays and I hate to forget her name. Another lady who she was competed there, and she told because she has a clothing bag. I think you might know her if you've seen her. Um, and she told me when she went there, she loved the food because she
Yeah.
had to think of ice cream. Because here in America, our stuff is full of a lot of chemicals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she had another scoop of it because she was something. It was just something about it. And that thing is, food is a tool and as a weapon as a bodybuilder. Like I know you get tired of the same thing every
Mm-mm.
day, day out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'm a creature of habit.
mm, gotta
I
respect
will
your
eat
hat.
the same thing every day. And then once I get closer to the show, I get real lazy. So I will eat the same thing every day. And I and I like easy. So if it like I'll eat food cold, like it's weird. Just like not all the time. I get impatient. And so I don't want to sit and wait till the hot logic finish heating up the food. I don't want to sit and wait until the oven heats. So I will literally sit there, make a salad, eat some cold protein, and call it a day.
Yeah. That's the thing is like everybody. Some people does not have the patience to wait. Have to learn to be patient.
That's
Especially
me.
it's still a little child in you. Yes, you're a childish.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, we're not gonna hold Nina much longer. I know she's a busy lady. She got things she got to do. I know you.
Yeah,
I
I still
appreciate
gotta
you
go to the
guys.
gym.
You got to go to the gym. Got to work
Mm-hmm.
out. I mean, what's training for today?
Hamstrings and glutes.
Ooh, that's just
Mm.
about as bad as leg day.
I know. I do not like leg day. It looks like I like leg day. I don't like leg day.
It reminds me of an episode of Chappelle's show when Charlie Murphy and Eddie beats up Rick's legs. They say, F your couch, F your couch. And you're like, "Ugh, ugh." That's leg day for you crawling out and you crawling out and they say, oh, my legs, Eddie Murphy. But
Yes.
I
That's
remember
how I
that.
be feeling.
That's the experience where I was training with Christine that time. I was crawling up my niece's stairs. She has a two story, so I had to. I got two
Jeez
bad.
Louise.
I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin already. So I held my own.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
was a
got bad
G.
knees too.
Yeah, yeah. This other thing is also have a little thing. It's called a pacemaker. I had it for like 12 years. Yeah, I tell you, we go through a lot in our lives. Be it health, be it life, just any in general. And also, again, we go back to the thing about support. And it's good that your family stand by you and your friends stand by you. And I know most definitely, they'll be there for your show. I mean, your father be so
Oh
proud
yes.
and clapping.
I
And
know,
your
like
your
that's my
mom.
daughter.
That's your girl. And then it's a guy right there. hunky, beautiful piece of chocolate is your girl. Hey, you freak. Hey, you freak. Stop that. But that's the thing people don't realize. When we see you on stage, we see look at these amazing bodies, these great conditions, this great shape, understand the work, the consistency, the discipline. Also going through, you're hangry, you're tired, dehydrated. You only have maybe a minute to present yourself and come back another time and present yourself again. You're tired and
Yes.
you know, do you feel what would you say we'd like to see change in your mindset in bodybuilding?
As far as my division or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general, I feel like pick a criteria and stick to it. I Everything's like forever changing. I know like the sport is evolving, but some I feel like categories do get out of control, and then some things just not that it's not achievable, it's just it's scary to think like, hey, I need to bring this up, I need to bring that up, and then when you finally like bring it up, they're like, "Oh, you know what? We're going for a smaller look now." And next thing you know, you've outgrown your category. That, and I feel like not that it should be easier for women's bodybuilders for us to have more competitors within or more pro competitors in the category, but I just don't think it's fair cuz we don't have a lot. You don't have the type of muscle that our category has takes time to build. So when it comes down to competitors, you're not going to have like a ton of competitors within like the classes. So the 5 people rule, I feel like I don't like it. Only because you only see there's only a couple categories that you see that don't have enough people in it. For example, fitness. Not everybody can do backflips and cartwheels, which is why like sometimes you're going to see 2 people in fitness, but that doesn't mean that those girls don't deserve a pro card when the time comes. Like they can't help that there's only 2 people in their category. Like that's like a specialty. Like not only you're saying like, hey, I need you to have muscle, I need you to have conditioning, I need you to look like this. You're like, hey, I want you to do a backflip and jump through a fire hoop and pop out into a split.
Pop, do a split and pop it on a handstand. You up there,
Exactly.
Atlanta. You know the clubs up that week. But yeah, I interviewed Lisa Smith, and she competed at the Romanian Muscle Fest. There's only 3 women
Mhm.
in her class in her division. But then she had to help with people like Alina Popa and to advance her opportunity to become a pro. She had to put an application.
Mhm.
I know quite a few ladies. It can get frustrating that you put in this time and work. You come in and just
Yes,
don't
the
have the numbers.
money. Like I was so upset after the Arnold because I put so much money into competing at that show only to receive a sword and for them to tell me like, "Hey, you look great, but you're not lean enough for us to actually still give you the pro card."
hmm Yeah. I know. I remember way back. Jerris did a show, and she supposed to be
She did
pro.
2. That happened to her twice.
Yeah, because she did a show. I think she went to Bahamas, did a show, but now I think she's
Mhm.
competing in another federation. She's turned pro in that, but she
Oh yeah,
might come
yeah.
back. She might come back. You never know. I think it can be frustrating because people like
Yeah. And it
myself.
also turns people away. Like it's discouraging.
Yeah, because I got a lady who I'm really cool with. She's kind of frustrated because sometimes she gets the judges' feedback, and judges would. I think they just give you the basics, but don't really
Mhm.
sit down with you because they're the ones to really understand what they're looking for. And again, they set the criteria, but sometimes they're not following criteria. We see women who look like they should be doing figure. Hey, you
Mhm.
know, do figure. If you're doing physique, go with bodybuilding. Pick
Mhm.
division as your body grow. We're looking at girls as well as right now who look like they could do women's
Whew.
bodybuilding.
Them whew. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Some of
most
those
definitely.
legs, I'm like, damn, them legs bigger than mine.
Yeah, and that thing is like that division has evolved. It to me, Wellness and Bikini and the others and Fit Model, they were more brought in, but they didn't involve like women's bodybuilding. Everybody involved like
Mm-hmm.
fitness, figure, and physique evolved from women's bodybuilding. It is the foundation, architect, the
Mm-hmm.
vision, and I think that's why it should be more opportunities. Guys like Jake giving opportunities. Tim Gardner, I met him when I was in Tampa. Even though he kind of, in a way, kind of, as I say, the quote from my favorite movie, Batman Begins, walk quiet behind you and stab you in the heart. But still, I would like to see people to give y'all women the opportunity to present yourself, be able to show up,
Yes.
show out. We have here my brother,
Exactly.
X went through. He's just right now coming through. He says, "Happy Monday, brother George and George Page and Nina Beans." Thank you, brother. He's all
Thank you. Happy
he
Monday.
yeah, he travels too. I think he's just getting back from the Philippines. Oh, he's still in the Philippines. He might be.
Nice. That's where I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to go.
Yeah, he has a girlfriend there. He told me, he said, George,
Oh.
go over to the Philippines, you might find some women. That's a long way to find a woman. Nah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So this is something I think most definitely, if we go back to the money thing, sponsorship does help and save the costs of trip, travels, all that other stuff that's involved in the sport, you know. But people, if you're interested in sponsoring Nina, and also check out her book, if that helps also with the cost of her
Yes.
prep. But guys, you don't want those guys be like, yeah, Nina, I seen your last show. I seen you. If I
Mm-hmm.
fly in your plane, will I get some extra attention?
Exactly.
No, you sick freak. Be like this. This is what you should do. You say, Miss Amperford, we are interested about you, your career as a flight attendant, your passion, your dedication. Your book seems like something that's very could help people in the future. So, would you ever think about working with us and also maybe being an ambassador if it feels comfortable for you? And we'll set you up for your future, help take care of all your needs, and want to see you grow as an athlete. That's all we want more for you, madam.
Sounds nice.
I wish I could do it, my dear. I wish I could. I'm broke as a joke, but
It's
this is
okay.
good.
In this economy,
Hey, I grew up a poor boy. Now I'm a broke man. So that's yeah. So I had to. My mother was most. I would say most important people in my life. It's been 6 years since she passed, and I started doing this because I was
oh,
taking care of her. And I've been a fan of y'all ladies, for a long time. And doing this content and reaching out to people like yourself and so many other women in sport, hearing your stories, sharing it to people like guys like my man, Satan man XA, my man KL, all these other guys out here to come here because these men are a fan of y'all women. They respect you. Yes, they're gonna be a little bit, yeah, because it's just something different when you compare it to the everyday woman. Like
yes,
say,
it takes getting used to.
yeah, yeah, my man says this. He says he's here till the 23rd. I hope you enjoy yourself. Also got here my man,
Nice.
Bodybuilder Fan 101. Very beautiful. And
Thank you.
and to say he had to say it one more time, he says, yes, and she is beautiful. I
So
hope I did
silly.
say. Yeah. Well, but it's
Not
just
yet.
it's
Not yet.
yeah, she's again, you are a beautiful woman. I'm going to tell you that.
Thank
As a
you.
man, it's my duty and my honor to let a woman know she's beautiful. Like man Doc Holliday, I'm a Daisy. I ain't no Daisy, but Um, one more question. What would you want to see in your future as a bodybuilder?
In my future, I would hope to see, and the O qualification goes to Nina Beans, Nina Amperful, this competitor. I would love to see Olympia in my future. Fingers crossed.
Well, man, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you because I think it's
Yes, but
possible.
I would also like to do more in this sport. I already have to accept the fact that I have a million things that I do on top of bodybuilding. But I would like to be more present within like the bodybuilding community.
hmm One thing I would
Which
say.
is why I did join, which is, well, not why, but why I'm happy to be part of the Protan crew, because I do get to see more shows and I do get to be more like present at like the shows and see how it's ran, how everything like what all goes on backstage and stuff. So I've been blessed to have the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Protan and Miss Carla, Kelly. I love you all. Chris, Sharonica.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would say this. if anybody out there is interested in someone like Nina, and want to advance her opportunities, reach out when you're interested. Have a plan. Don't be that weird guy. Have something that really, both of y'all can
I
really
can
go ahead.
go ahead. Go no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, no, ladies first.
Okay. I'll send you my list of expenses.
Yeah. You got to go for me or you got to. Oh, I got to spit myself, my dear. But I would say, folks, if you're interested in someone like her, you respect her passion, you respect her business and mindset, reach out to her, and you also respect her body. Just be respectful, be interested, really want to expand these women in sport. These women they make so many sacrifices, but it's an investment towards their future. Shout out to my man, my man XA says, he says this, he says, shout out, he says, I respect your work, brother George. I respect yours too. And he was laughing at us a little moment ago. So, so man, before I let you go, you have anybody want to shout out?
I think I did the bulk of it just then. My protein family, my coach, all of my supporters, um, my actual family. Love y'all. Can't wait to see you guys at a show. Women's bodybuilding. I would like to shout out women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, real bodybuilding.
May
You know,
we flourish within the years.
Yes, yes. Shout out to all the ladies there. We have here, shout out to my man here, big fan coming through. Says, hi, Nina, love your work. Fan from the UK. I wonder if you're frustrated when athletes are judged on their reputation, industry presence, rather than what they look like on stage at the day and night. Before I get to that, let me
Um,
see.
Honestly, I don't think that it's frustrating. I feel like you are a representation of yourself. So what I put out there, whether it is my physique or my personality, I feel like it represents me. So I feel like it's still a part of you. Granted, bodybuilding is judged on your body, muscle, but I can see how it would affect somebody's like placing, only because you got to look at it. I feel like choosing somebody that just isn't a good representation of the sport just shows that they just accept anything, and it allows for more people to do whatever, especially with like when it comes down to sponsorships and stuff. I feel like you if somebody sponsors you, you're a reflection of that company. Just like me at work, no matter where I go, what I post on social media, because of where I work, if I'm letting that be known, I am a reflection. So when it comes down to, I have to watch what I post, I have to watch what I say, I have to watch what I do, because at the end of the day, like, I am connected to a company. Same with bodybuilding, you're connected to IFBB, whatever. So when it comes down to it, like, it's the name of the game. Like, you got to carry yourself in a way to where others will respect you too.
Mhm. The quote from also from my favorite movie, Battle Begins: "Beware of surrounds at all time, your mistress. Never give
Hmm.
sure footing for a killing blow." We have
Hmm.
one more for like my man Sean. He says this. He says, "Good afternoon, George and Nina. Good afternoon to you, brother."
Hi.
Yeah. So again, folks, if you want to follow Nina, you want to reach out to, you want to check out her book, I'm gonna check it out because I'm planning on going on a trip. I might give you some of that advice, and also helps towards her prep and her season. Also, if you're going to be, if she's gonna be in Atlanta, if you are in the Atlanta area, go to the show. If you can't, buy the pay per view. Support these competitors, men
Support,
and women.
please.
Support. That is the most important. If you
Keep
if
us
you
alive.
yeah, keep hope alive.
Keep
RIP
hope
to
alive.
R.P. to the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. He just got he's from my end of the world. He's from South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I think he might have maybe some family crossed paths because my family sharecroppers and his was too. So, folks, just support her and shout out to my mans that were here. My man KL, the Wanderer, my brother, XH23,
Yes,
Sean,
thanks for tuning in.
Josh, bodybuilding fan, Alex, all you who watch this, people who are watching it now, I appreciate y'all support. Reach out to these ladies in genuine interest, show respect, and also know that this is not easy for everybody. And if you can't be respectful, then get. So, man, again, I want to say thank you for your time. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks for having me, and thank you.
You
I'll
are
keep you
welcome.
updated.
All right, we appreciate it. Anyway, folks, it's your man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Subscribe. I am out. Good night, good luck, God bless, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.